specifically as it relates to lock, what we've discovered is that the average length of stay at Lehman, our very first lock, was approximately 10 days, almost 2 weeks. And if you compare that to the typical lifestyle hotel, whose average length of stay is 2 days, what you find is that someone who's staying for 2 days already has an agenda, they already have a plan. They're probably going to spend very little time, if any, at the hotel. Someone who's spending 2 weeks away from home, at some point or another, unless they're staying with their significant other, they're going to deal with some degree of loneliness. And so what we found is when we host yoga classes, or when we host a chef master class, or some form of DJ master class, the events are always fully booked. The longer the length of stay, the longer that period of time that they're spending away from home, the higher the degree of loneliness that they're probably going to experience. And so our whole mission is to create ecosystems where we can facilitate encounters between travelers and locals in the most seamless way possible. I mean, the challenges have been many, and I'm sure you're probably familiar with it. I mean, we were operating at a 90% plus occupancy across the portfolio, and now we're operating in kind of the mid-40s. Now, listen, mid-40% occupancy is something that I'm still very proud of, but it's not what it was just 5 months ago. With respect to the opportunities, I think the opportunities are endless. One, fortunately, we're backed by Brookfield, and as a result, if you think about kind of the history of Brookfield grew during the last crisis. While everyone else was running for the hills, Brookfield was deploying capital. And we see this as no different. The hospitality sector will rebound and rebound a lot stronger. And in response, we're going to spend this time really focusing on growth. With respect to kind of how the sector will evolve, we've held a number of different focus groups. And one of the more fascinating elements that we've discovered during the focus groups is the evolution of travel. The number of people that we've heard say, I realize I can work from anywhere. And in response to that, instead of spending my winter here in London, I'm probably going to spend it abroad, somewhere sunnier, somewhere where the weather's better. And so, instead of traveling for 2 or 3 days, those people are likely to travel and be away from home for a month or two. And so concepts such as ours that are able to cater towards that longer length of stay are the ones that should be able to benefit from that. If you're away from home or going to Lisbon, going to Barcelona, going to Madrid for 2-3 months, you need a place that doesn't require first, last, and deposit, a place where you can meet other people, a place that has the gym, the co-working, the third wave coffee shop, all housed under one roof. So that way you can continue to maintain the habits that you had when you were living here in London or in Paris. Question. We've got 7 openings that open over the course of the next 12 months, and then another 5 that open shortly thereafter. So a total of 12 openings over the course of the next 3 years, everywhere from London, Dublin, Munich, Berlin, Copenhagen, Cambridge, and Lisbon. And one of the things that we're taking great pride in is the fact that almost every single one of these locks will be completely different. The difference between Broken Wharf, which is where you currently are, and Dalston, which opens at the end of the year, and Bermondsey, which opens in 2 months' time, would be comparable to the difference between Ace, Hoxton, and the Standard. And we've used different interior designers, different F&B partners, and really the idea is to provide people an opportunity to sample indigenous living within that micro market. What someone wants to experience when they go to Dalston is completely different than what they want to experience when they go to Bermondsey Street. And we're really excited about the fact that we can deliver on that, on that promise.